Saqib Bhatti.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to start by first of all acknowledging not just the importance of the debate, but thank the member for Valley for bringing this debate forward, because I think it is an important debate. I'm going to be voting against the bill today, but I still think it's an important discussion to be having, not least because there are many of my constituents who believe that this is the right thing to do, and there are of course many who feel that this is not the right thing to do, and I think that's why we've shown the very best of what Parliament can do here today. But for me, when I came to my conclusion, it wasn't because of some sort of zealotry or evangelism. I completely acknowledge there are those people who go through some very difficult situations where they lose the normal faculties that they have, and or they can be in immense pain. But I also think we need to be clear about what we're talking about here today. We are talking about the wholesale change of how the state deals with death, and that is really important, because of course that places a number of scenarios upon people, upon society, upon the medical profession, and for me, I think it puts at great risk actually some of our most vulnerable people. And part of the reasons I'm going to be voting against this today, because I think the slippery slope arguments are very valid in terms of what risk they produce, because we are talking about medicalising death and placing an undue burden on our health professionals and legitimising a role for the state in the death process. I'm not going to give way at this debate. And I've yet to be convinced there are sufficient safeguards in place in this. And I think if we talk about slippery slopes, if you look at Canada, for example, you don't now even have to have a terminal fatal illness. And mental illness will be an acceptable reason for assisted suicide in 2027. So for me, even though it didn't start like this, clearly in Canada that Pandora's box has been opened, and clearly that route is what we have the risk of embarking on today. And I know the Honourable Member for Saqib Valley said that there is almost a guarantee that this won't change, but she can't guarantee that parliamentary sovereignty, or she can't guarantee that future parliaments won't change the goalposts on this, and she can't guarantee that. And the very fact that the argument for a slippery slope is exactly that when you embark on this journey, that is exactly where we may end up as the goalposts start to move. I also think that there's been lots of conversation around the PMB process, and I'm conscious of time, so I'm going to end my comments very shortly. But lots of comments about the PMB process. The Honourable Member cannot guarantee that there will be sufficient scrutiny and those safeguards work. There's not been enough impact assessment, not been enough public consultation. There's been very limited time to look at this piece of legislation, and we are at serious risk of presenting something or passing something that will do immense harm. And I worry that in the future we will look back at this where there has been abuse or there's been coercion, and some of our most vulnerable people will be coming back to this House to discuss the damage that we've caused today.